Frank P. Stallone, Jr. is an American actor, singer, guitarist and songwriter. He is the younger brother of Sylvester Stallone. Early life: Stallone was born in New York City. He is the younger brother of Sylvester Stallone and the son of Jacqueline "Jackie" Stallone, an astrologer, former dancer, and promoter of women's wrestling, and Frank Stallone, Sr., a hairdresser. In his teen years he went to Lincoln High School in Northeast Philadelphia. Frank started his career around the time of high school singing on street corners and making money with his guitar. Career: 1980s to 1990s, Stallone has worked as a singer in the tradition of American big band jazz and popular music, in a vocal style reminiscent of his idol Frank Sinatra. He tours with his own orchestra under conductor Paul Vesco, and has also worked with conductors Sammy Nestico and Billy May. Stallone has released a number of albums, including Day In Day Out with Sammy Nestico and Close Your Eyes with Billy May. Stallone wrote and performed Far From Over for the 1983 film Staying Alive. The song was released mid-April 1983. The song peaked at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming his only major pop hit. The song was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song from a Motion Picture and a Grammy Award for Best Album of Original Score written for a motion picture or television special. A self-titled album soon followed from RSO, in the style of 1980s pop. The album featured a slightly remixed version of Far From Over as well as the song, Darlin', which peaked at number 81 on the Billboard Hot 100 in May 1984. In the mid-1990s, Stallone became the subject of a running gag on Saturday Night Live, during its Weekend Update segment hosted by Norm Macdonald. During each episode, Macdonald would read a legitimate news headline, then would propose a question asking the cause of the news, which would always be answered by, "You guessed it, Frank Stallone." At that moment, a publicity photo of Stallone would appear on the screen behind Macdonald. Example: in economic news, unemployment figures rose slightly for the month of October, with declines in the Dow Jones and Nasdaq. The reason for the sudden downturn? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Stallone also played himself in a recurring role on the short-lived sitcom Movie Stars, alongside fellow celebrity siblings Don Swayze and Joey Travolta. 2000s and 2010s, Stallone is also an amateur boxer and appeared as a boxing consultant on the NBC reality television series The Contender in 2005. Frank Stallone has appeared on the Howard Stern radio and TV show on several occasions. During one appearance on The Howard Stern Show, Frank Stallone had a boxing match with TV reporter Geraldo Rivera. Frank Stallone won the bout. In 2007, he appeared as himself at a meeting of Siblings Anonymous in the film Fred Claus. In 2008, he embarked on a tour with his own Frank Stallone Band, which features himself on lead vocals and rhythm guitar. Stallone was a contestant on Hulk Hogan's Celebrity Championship Wrestling, a new reality competition series on CMT that follows 10 celebrity contestants as they are trained to be professional wrestlers. He was the second celebrity eliminated and was also eliminated in the second episode. He has also appeared in a fourth-season episode of Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job, where he sang about how he was going to turn his fictional daughter's bedroom into a computer room and kick her out of the house. During the 2009 second season of the IFC show Zed Rock, Frank Stallone is featured throughout the episode Mini Kiss. In late 2009, he was added to the cast of TOU TV Presents, World's Dumbest. On TOU TV, he remains in cast as of the 2011 season. The show airs Thursday nights at 9/8 Central. He performed a one-off show, Let Me Be Frank With You, at the Forum Theatre in Melbourne, Australia, which was organised by Hamish and Andy on the 18th of August 2010. Discography: Frank Stallone, Day In Day Out, Close Your Eyes, Soft and Low, Full Circle, Frankie and Billy, Stallone on Stallone by Request, In Love in Vain, Songs from the Saddle, Let Me Be Frank With You, Singles, 1983 Far From Over, 1983 Moody Girl, 1983, I'm Never Gonna Give You Up Staying Alive Soundtrack, 1984 Darlin', 1984 Case of You, 1985 If We Ever Get Back, Filmography, Reach Me, Ben, Nightclaws, Testy Zed Rock, Himself, Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job. Himself, Fred Claus, Himself, Rocky Balboa, Dinah Patron, Taken by Force, Schultz, Angels with Angles, Elvis Presley, Hitters, Spy Literary, Get Carter, Guy at Funeral, Double Across on Costa's Island, Marty Moretti, The Good Life, Ground Rules, Strange Wilderness, Old Man, Total Force, Jack O'Hara, Billy Lone Bear, The Garbage Man, Public Enemies, Alvin Karpis. Also known as Public Enemy No. 1, Lethal Cowboy, Frank, Taken Alive, Marty Moretti, Tombstone, Ed Bailey, Return of the Rollerblade 7, Black Knight, The Legend of the Rollerblade 7, The Black Knight, Hudson Hawk, Cesar Mario, The Rollerblade 7, Black Knight, Terror in Beverly Hills, Hackstone, Lethal Games, Mac Richards, Mask of the Red Death, Duke, 10 Little Indians, Captain Philip Lombard. Also known as Death on Safari, Easy Kill, Frank Davis Alexanderson, Order of the Eagle, Quill, Prime Suspect, Gene Chambers, Miami Vice. Billy, Heart of Midnight, Ladre, Killing Blue, Jack Myskowski. Also known as Midnight Cop, Crossing the Mob, Anthony D'Amato, Fear. Armitage. Also known as Honor Betrayed, Take Two. Ted, Barfly, Eddie, Outlaw Force. Grady Pura, The Pink Chiquitkas. Tony Merida Jr. Savage Harbor. Joe. Also known as Death Feud. Also known as Raggedy Ann. Also known as Slammers, WAR Women Against Rape. Walter Taggart. Also known as Death Blow. Also known as I Will Dance on Your Grave, Lethal Victims, The Road to Freedom, L. Ron Hubbard and Friends. Himself, Rambo, First Blood Part 2. Singer, Staying Alive. Carl, Hotline. Barney, Rocky 3. Singer, Rocky 2. Singer, Paradise Alley. Singer, Rocky. Street Corner Singer, References. External links, Frank Stallone at the Internet Movie Database, the official Frank Stallone website, Adam Carolla interviews Frank Stallone, August 2009. The Frank Effect, Tom Green live interview with Frank Stallone.